Hi there, this is Jeff Corrett, founder and president of SEO. Today we're going to be talking about a hot off the presses brand new tool called Exploding Topics. Exploding Topics hit the scene in terms of me yesterday. I was told by a friend, "What's up, Jimmy? Hopefully you'll be watching this." Um, he actually requested that I make a video about this, I think. But even if he didn't, I think it'd be a good video to make. So it was featured on Product Hunt yesterday. It's co-founded by Brian Dean of Backlinko, and I'm not sure who else, but it looks like Josh Owath. I'm not sure who that is. But anyway, let's take a look. The whole point here is it's kind of like a Google Trends, except it brings in what is it? Online communities like forums, shopping. So search. I think we can say that Google Trends kind of covers search when it comes to what keywords are trending in terms of when you're trying to come up with content topics to make, whether for your own content marketing or your own video marketing, trying to take advantage of a new trend that maybe someone else hasn't taken advantage of. Let's just take the example of my Meet Alfred review. Well, I was the first person in the whole world to make a Meet Alfred review. And as you might imagine, that trend I kind of beat the trend. I'm sure some other people will make one, but as for now, I think I'm the only person who's made one. And so because of that, I've gotten some decent views on that video. It's allowed me to kind of stand out and kind of beat the rush. Uh, so that's kind of what exploding topics can give us, along with Google Trends. What I wanted to do here is kind of evaluate it and kind of compare exploding topics with Google Trends. And again, exploding topics is kind of a comparison. I'm sorry, it's a competitor for Google Trends. They're trying to do something that's a little bit better than Google Trends. So when you're on exploding topics, here is your homepage. As far as I can tell, it's free, at least for now. The first thing you can do is kind of see what's been popping over the last 5 years. We see Uber Eats, we see serverless, we see Markets by Goldman. You can kind of scroll down and see some other stuff. ManyChat has taken off. That's a chatbot, and of course the word chatbot. Cool. I'm gonna make my face a little smaller. All right. So, I think it's better to pause the video. All right. So I think it's better to go to like 1 year, see what's popping right now. If you really, depending on the success of your content marketing efforts, you may have to go like bleeding edge and take a little bit of a risk on something that seems to be maybe the next new trend. I would say the more success you've had, the more you can kind of branch out. Um, but I was kind of playing with this yesterday. So I started with 1 month. I was like, oh, I can just do things that are super popular like now, right? Super popular in the last month. But what I noticed was like Amazon Echo or whatever. Let's see. Here's one I looked at yesterday, Quantum Dot Display. You click it and you can kind of see, oh, wow. A month ago it was getting 26 searches. And I'm not sure if that's like searches per month or what, but I think it's like maybe a percentage, kind of like Google Trends does. But this one's like 100 searches. So, um, but I think that's actually like a Black Friday kind of thing. Because look, we changed this from 1 month to 1 year. We see that it had another uptick last holiday season. So while it's definitely doing better, we see that slow trend of growth to kind of be a little bit more slowly than maybe what that month view could have told us. And of course, if we take the 5 year view, we can kind of see this trend over time. So it's not like this thing came out of nowhere. We're seeing people search for this stuff around holiday seasons for the last few years. So keep that in mind when you're looking at this. Now, one thing I noticed when I was kind of clicking around exploding topics is when you go to this homepage, I think 1 year should probably be your default view. And you can also let me go back to my original point. So when you're looking at the homepage, I really like how it just kind of throws a bunch of topics at you that are not necessarily in a certain category or anything like that. And Google Trends really actually doesn't do this. So if we're just looking for maybe random subjects to talk about, Google Trends, you go to their homepage, you have to either search in a term or topic, uh, or you can start with an example, but like they only give you a few examples. So that's 6 examples. They give you Thanksgiving 2019, Black Friday. Let's just say you're a YouTube creator and you're just trying to come up with something random to talk about. That's just maybe some kind of hot topic that you can get around. You really kind of can't do that. You can see like some trending searches, but you can't really limit it per year. And if you were to click here, you'd have to go all the way to 2018, right? So, that's last year. We're almost to 2020 now, so you can't do that. And if you were to click here on more trending searches, it would take you to kind of a weird thing. Like, okay, we can look at daily search trends. Daily can be a little risky, you know what I mean? Kind of like we saw before, it could be a seasonality thing. So this is just daily, and if you go to real-time search trends, you can go, it only gives you past 24 hours. So actually, unless you give Google Trends a topic, I'm going to go back home. Unless you give Google Trends like a topic or like a category, I don't think you can kind of get this random look at what's going on generally. Um, So let's just hypothetically type in marketing, because I know a lot of people who watch my videos here have digital marketing agencies. Let's just type in marketing and see. It's looking for like things with marketing in it. So you kind of can't do what you want. Uh, and let's compare with like exploding topics. You can click all categories and go to marketing for one of the categories, which is I thought was kind of cool. And like you're getting rank math, you're getting Google Search Console. None of these keywords have marketing in them. So I was actually looking at this rank math keyword. Uh, it is a um, it is a Yoast competitor, and any of you who use WordPress know that Yoast is a pretty popular SEO tool. So rank math, it seems like they're making a little bit of a dent in Yoast in terms of what people are using in WordPress. And maybe it's worth making a video about. You kind of see this growth over time. And there are a bunch of rank math videos out there, so it's not like you would be the first ever, but it is hey, maybe it's worth making a video about rank math. Like it's just new enough that it maybe makes sense. And of course, you can kind of hover over these. It's not working right now. Here we go. You hover over these, and it kind of gives you. Yeah, and we see some massive fluctuations. For some reason, October 19th, 100, and then November 2nd, 13. So we're seeing some pretty massive fluctuations, but we see this thing growing over time. So maybe it's something you want to get in front of, before it gets overly saturated. So I'm thinking about making a video about rank math because of this. And you really kind of can't do this. On Google Trends, you really can't. I don't know, it's just not giving me, I never would have found out about rank math, for example, on Google Trends. So I think exploding topics, it is a tool that you want to have in your arsenal if you are doing any kind of SEO content. You want to get in front of any trends or kind of ride the wave. One more cool thing here is this little button you see. So we have regular, that's like regular growth. And then you'll see, oh, maybe it's already peaked. Like it's kind of had a peak here, and you can kind of see the peak here and maybe the peak here, and it's not quite catching that again. Maybe it's already peaked. And of course, take this with a grain of salt, but it's kind of like, oh, well, maybe that's, and then like, oh, UX writing seems to be growing. Well, now they have the little sticker that says exploding. So you got to keep that in mind as well. I haven't done the research yet to see what gradient and exponent means. I'm just kind of trusting that these are kind of, on the right path, but I think that's a pretty cool thing. So, kind of like what you do if you have any stocks and stuff, just kind of compare. Like, okay, maybe your default view should be 1 year. It's like, okay, before you invest time making a piece, maybe you check out the 1 month, the 3 month, 6 month, 5 year, whatever. Just double check, make sure it's not like a seasonality bump. Uh, and yeah, if you can be the first to create a piece of content about something that's exploding, it can absolutely be a difference maker, I think, for your channel or for your content marketing efforts, for your SEO content efforts. Um, so yeah, would I recommend that you use explodingtopics.com? I mean, yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer in my opinion, especially it's free, and we don't know how long it'll be free. I would imagine if a lot of people find this valuable, they'll eventually have a cost associated with it. So maybe this could potentially be in 1 year something, the exact stuff I'm showing you right now, that could cost $100 a month. So take advantage of this while it's free. They're going to have to monetize it somehow. I mean, it's using resources. Especially if it's getting a lot of traffic, they are going to have to find a way to monetize this, whether with ads or something else. But look at this lead generation, kind of slow growth. Maybe it's peaked, right? Micro influencers. Maybe that's worth making a video about. But let me know. Have you tried this? Do you think it's cool? Um, do you use Google Trends? I think this is a pretty useful tool, and I recommend that you use it. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about how to use this for your content marketing or your video marketing efforts to grow your business or your your channel. All right, throw a like on this video, share this with your community if you found it valuable, and I'll see you in the next one.